Welcome back, everyone. This week we had two massive cups. We had one of my duo cup and we had FNCS. I wanted to go over everything I learned from VOD reviewing and things that I can improve on. And I got some great gameplay in the background of our beginning of our duo victory cup. And the beginning went amazingly. We had a win in like a third place and another really good game. But we kind of sold at the end. In our last like 3 games, we're in like extremely hard lobbies, just like how FNCS was. And I got some great reflections and stuff that I can try to improve on, and maybe you can try to improve on, that are just simple things that you can put into work. Maybe search up some other YouTube videos to really focus in on those and really get a lot better, because these tactics and strategies and ways to improve will just make your gameplay so much better, and I think are really what's lacking for my skill set. So first, I'm going to be talking about wall phasing. A huge thing now in the pro scene, in these solo Victory Cup 40 bombs and stuff, is spraying walls as you're sliding into them, going right through the wall and shotgun and SMGing the guy to death, or drum shotgunning the guy. It is extremely broken tactic and ends fights like almost instantly, and it's one of the best pro tactics that's going on right now. And there's definitely some ways to practice it. There's some maps and stuff. The map I was trying to practice in actually wasn't working after the last few updates. Yeah, it was something bug like all the other ones, but there definitely is other maps that like have like the walls being held for you by AIs or something like that. Or you can go into a private match or something with a friend and have them hold the wall and try to practice your timing and stuff. It has a lot to do with ping though, so if you want to practice in rank, that's probably the best, because that's actually going to get your more ping than in tournaments and stuff. And that's really a tactic that will bring your gameplay up so much. And if you just learn that simple tactic, you can get around a lot of bad fights and really end fights fast. So the third parties, because they're just so bad this season. The next thing I want to talk about is aim. Of course, I do aim trainer every day, and I'm really trying to hone in, because the best players of aim can do some crazy things with just getting the first shot off, because your aim is also kind of reaction time, where let's say if there's a guy all the way over here on the right of you and you have to turn like your whole mouse to the side. If you can hit that first shot just by reacting with your amazing aim, you can start the fight off with such an advantage and basically have the fight almost done with before you've even started, and that's really going to make you improve. And then also, when you have a guy at medium range and they're not paying attention and you get a max beam off like 120, that fight's almost done and they're gonna have to go back to heal. So that's when you can start spraying and full keying and maybe even try to phase into their box, just like I was just talking about. And that aim, I run 100% ADS sensitivity, so I don't know if I'm going to keep that, but at the moment right now, it's the only way I can kind of aim, because I like to learn that one sensitivity, because my muscle memory is not great at all, and that really helps me. But I really don't practice my tracking much, so that definitely is probably why I'm not very good at aiming long range. It just makes sense, because that's kind of hard to practice without like a practice map in-game or something, because, I don't know, the practice maps for tracking are very fast on Kovacs and stuff, are very difficult and just hard to see. But I don't know, it could just be a skill issue. Next thing I'm going to talk about, my third one, is grid system and piecing. With the muscle memory of getting your triangles in other people's boxes and like looking up above the wall, like a good way to work on this is to put one wall down and stand behind it by a good margin and try to figure out how you can get your cone on the other side of the wall and on top of the other side of the wall, which that's a great way to piece people. And also just figuring out how to edit a window and stay on that right hand peak and wrap your builds around and put the triangle on top of their head through the angle is a great way to practice. And just practicing creative really is the best way for that. A lot of other things like phasing and stuff are probably best to practice in ranked, but piecing and the grid system is definitely probably best in creative. So that's one thing that can really, that's how you really make those crazy plays with the pre-pieces and stuff, and putting triangles and floors way next to the guys, so when they edit to that, you can edit quickly down and just end the fight quickly. And the next thing I want to talk about is setting up fast angles, like either 1 or 2 boxes away. I'm pretty good at angles at the moment. There's still a few angles that I haven't fully figured out and fully don't know how to play, but that's just going to come over time. But a great thing I need to work on is like how fast you can react when somebody's in a great spot for you to right hand peek. If you can do it right away, it's just going to be so much better. You're going to hit a way harder shot and have the right, you might even be able to hit a shot where you wouldn't be able to hit the shot if you were a second later. Like, let's say if a guy's running up the ramp and you're going to edit that window, that might be able to hit their feet a little bit. If you do that way faster, you're definitely going to hit a harder pump or even completely hit them without not hitting them if you were slow. So that's another reason that it's just all muscle memory really. With if you can get to a place as a fragger, or I don't know, I guess IGL you kind of could, but as a fragger where you can kind of muscle memory your way through the game where you're good enough that you don't even have to like, think of your decisions, because right now I have to really think about my decisions, and my thinking time is pretty slow compared to a normal person, and that really kind of holds me back if the other team doesn't give me enough time to think about what my strategy is. And one more thing I wanted to work on was multi-story angles. So when somebody's above you or somebody's below you, whatever it is, there's a lot of right-hand peek angles and stuff that can be very weird using floors or like weird wall edits, so you can look up or look down and like have that right-hand peek set up. And let's say if there's a guy under you with like a perfect peanut butter edit, there's definitely ways on the above side to have perfect. When they jump, you're on a right-hand peek as well, so you hit them right in the head because you're above them, so it's gonna be really easy to hit them in the head. You'll get that 100, 150 or whatever, and they might hit you like 20 or something because it's just such a bad angle and they're shooting at your feet. And that's a quick way to just get the advantage and then just go full key into them, maybe phase into their wall and instant kill them and end the fight really fast. So that's one of the things that I really struggle with. One of the things that can really help this is Turtle Wars, fighting, or ranked when you're fighting on top of the, what's it called, the island, if there's a ton of people keying, or in tournaments when you're fighting on the island. But I guess they've kind of taken out tournament points for the island, which really sucks and kind of makes it hard to work on this, but that's really where you're going to see it. Or like, let's say if you're above on the team and they're below on the mountain and you need to key them like mid-game or something, in like a tournament or something, that's a good way to practice as well, because you're going to be on top of them with a perfect, like, try to work on that right hand peek. But definitely creative's definitely going to be the fastest because you're going to get so many more engagements. Turtle Wars, amazing. Even build fights as well. Like, let's say if you, my playstyle in build fights is really box heavy, and my retakes are a lot box heavy, so that definitely worked for me, and I definitely got much better at them, but it's still just something you need to keep working on day in and day out to try to get really good. And that can really set up the advantage, because I don't think, not everyone really knows how to play those angles. I think everyone pretty much knows, like if you're pretty good at the game, how to peanut butter edit and play like like 2 boxes away or 1 box away, which everyone can work on because you're not going to be perfect, but not many people even know the basics of being on height and being below height. So that's really it, guys. That's my 5 things that I need to work on, and maybe you need to work on. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Please leave a like and subscribe if this helped you at all. Hope you enjoyed the face cam as well. My hair might be a little messy, but I don't care that much. It's just my face, you know. Nobody cares anyway. But that's really it, guys. I might post another video on the last FNCS I played. I was playing with a really bad teammate, and after that, I got some toxic message from him. He's like, "No, you're bad, and I'm not playing with you anymore." And it's like the guy hasn't played since like October, and he just wasn't good, and it just kind of, I don't know. He wasn't the worst player ever, but he was just so washed, and he didn't always listen to my IGLs and stuff. And most of the times he didn't listen, he always died. And he thought he was better and knowed more, and really had an ego on him. But that's a lot of Fortnite players that you really have to get used to. It's probably because I found him like a minute before the tournament, or a minute after the tournament started, because I got snaked 3 times in 24 hours. So I had a duo before overnight, and when I got in the morning, I texted him at like maybe 2 or something, and then his message was blocked because he just blocked me and found a new teammate, I guess, in the random in the night. Then I found another teammate probably at like, I started looking at like 4. I found one probably at like 5, and then we played with him for a little bit, and then before the tournament, I wanted to restart my game just so my ping and stuff would be better. And when I got back on, he was gone. He unfriended me, blocked me on Discord, and I found somebody else. And he said he would play. He joined my party, and then just like left right away. And then I finally just found a random team like 3 minutes after. It really sucked because those players were like a little bit better than me, could like beat me by like me having 7 points and them having 10 in creative, and I'm very good at creative, so I want to have somebody better than me as fragger, because my main strengths are IGLing, and when I get to fights with close range with high ping and stuff, it's a struggle for me. But so not everything went our way, and I really hope you guys learned something. Stay positive, guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing night. Goodbye, everyone.
Follow my distance, right? Are you cool about this? 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 Are you cool about this
I just lagged. Okay.
Right here. Careful above this.
Cracked him. Nice. Capture the Pokemon. I was behind.
Alright, chill. Just base on here.
Crack one though. Low.
Got one.
Venom's up here, tall. Venom's low up here. Got him.
Nice. Gotta refresh. Stay here. Box up here.
Behind. 25 then. Wait, you were in the open, bro. You're gonna.
I'm close to bases here.
You're using a lot of mats, bro. Make sure you're not using too much mats.
Alright.
You might be able to look for a while. Wait, I opened the wall.
Don't make a right. Just scramble.
Hit again. Need full push.
Looking out for you.
Bro.
Building up.
Yeah. You need to heal us.
We're gonna grab all the way down to the water. What's the I go for you?
I just popped 2 fish. I don't have that many mats. You shouldn't do it. How much do you have?
4.
I have 400 in all too.
We have
Wait.
to go up. Just grab all the way. Can you get through?
Got kill the guy on height. I'm on height.
Nice. Oh, you're on height?
Yeah. Should I drop? Drop her.
No, don't drop.
What? It bugged. 4 solos. 4 solos. Let them fight. Make sure everything's reloaded. Love you.